the Nissan Leaf will remain the best-selling electric car in the world, at least that's the opinion of the Japanese brand. Speaking at a regional forum hosted by Nissan in Singapore, the brand's director of electric vehicle business, Nicholas Thomas, said the Leaf is unlikely to be surpassed as the most popular electric car on sale. This is despite an influx of upcoming models from new rivals such as Tesla, Honda and Mercedes-Benz. Thomas said, "We've sold more than 350,000 cars around the world. We are the leading electric vehicle manufacturer around the world. We've sold more than anybody else." The Nissan Leaf is already the world's best-selling electric vehicle, and now with this new version we're introducing, we're very confident that we are going to continue that position and keep going with a fantastic product. The first-generation Leaf, originally introduced in 2010, attracted 300,000 customers. Nissan's other 50,000 sales stemmed from electric commercial vans. Thomas said 40,000 customers have pre-ordered the new Leaf, which arrives in Australia this year. That pales in comparison to more than 518,000 people around the world who pre-ordered Tesla's upcoming Model 3, its most affordable model. But Thomas remains convinced the Leaf will outsell competition from Tesla, alluding to the American brand's well-documented assembly and delivery problems described by Chief Executive Elon Musk as production hell. Thomas said, "I'm convinced I can build and sell those very quickly. We are delivering cars to customers in Japan. We are delivering cars to customers in Europe. We are just about to begin delivering cars to customers in the US, Canada, the rest of the region as we've announced." Am I worried about the competition? No, not at all. The new Leaf is powered by an electric motor that sends 110 kilowatts and 320 Nm outputs to the front wheels, allowing for an 0 to 100 km/h time of 7.9 seconds. Nissan says a lab-tested maximum range of 400 km translates to around 270 km of real-world driving. Many customers will be able to go about their business by charging it once per week. Tipped to be priced between $50,000 and $60,000, the Leaf features a ProPilot driver assistance system. Thomas says is ahead of the competition. ProPilot is a fantastic system to drive. In city traffic and highway traffic, the car will completely steer for you, even around curves. It will stop, it will start, it will hold its speed against a vehicle that it's following, it will hold its speed on an open highway. You have complete control of the vehicle, you are still in charge of the vehicle. But the vehicle will support you in those driving experiences. Of course there are some limits to that, but we really do find on practical tests that the ProPilot system is one of the best. It's able to follow a vehicle around curves. I've driven a number of self-driving systems that, as soon as you get into any radius of bend, immediately give up and suddenly you have to take over the driving. I have not experienced that with ProPilot. It's a much more advanced system. But Drive Stephen oddly sampled the system during a brief steer of the system in Japan, finding that Nissan's assistance suite is far from an autopilot system the name implies. He found that far from an autonomous system, like that offered in the latest Mercedes-Benz E-Class or Tesla, ProPilot is closer to an adaptive cruise control system combined with lane-keeping assist. Those considering ProPilot should be aware of its limitations. The new Nissan Leaf arrives in Australia in December.
Subaru is one of the smallest global automakers, and to develop new plug-in hybrid and all-electric technology, they can't do it alone. A report from Automotive News says Subaru will join forces with Toyota, Mazda, Suzuki, Daihatsu, and Hino. Subaru is developing a new plug-in hybrid this year, and an all-electric model that's supposed to launch in 2021. The new PHEV all-wheel drive vehicle will be built on an existing Subaru model's platform that has yet to be announced. The report says the model is coming from Japan, so it's likely a cross-track or Forester model built at the Gunma factory in Japan. Subaru Chief Technical Officer, Takeshi Takamori says, Subaru's plug-in hybrid will pull largely from the Toyota Prius Prime system. Toyota owns 16.5% of Subaru, so this would make sense from a business standpoint for both Japanese automakers. Subaru will launch a new hybrid model in the US later this year and is using Toyota technology to do it. Takamori said, "For our plug-in hybrid to be introduced this year, we have used Toyota's technologies as much as possible." Up until now, Subaru doesn't have an all-electric or hybrid model in their lineup since they discontinued the cross-track hybrid in 2016. Takamori said Subaru's participation with Toyota, Mazda, Suzuki, Daihatsu, and Hino will help streamline their PHEV and EV development. But Subaru is still their own brand and is not copying Toyota 100%. Subaru has their own in-house electrification project, will use the Toyota Prius Prime technology, but will use their own Subaru Boxer engine, rather than the Prius Prime's transversely mounted Toyota power plant. The Boxer engine is one of Subaru's core values they aren't willing to change. Takamori said Subaru's new plug-in hybrid coming this year, will be sold only in the US to comply with California's zero-emission vehicle regulations. To get an idea of what's coming from Subaru, we can look at Prius Prime's efficiency. It gets an EPA estimated 133 mpg, 640 miles total driving range and 54 combined mpg. Toyota says it also comes with 25 miles of EV mode driving range. Prius Prime can be charged with a standard household outlet and charges in less than 5 hours 30 minutes. What's next is a plug-in hybrid model built on an existing model in the lineup, likely the new 2018 Subaru Crosstrek or Forester coming late this year. An all-electric model is being developed now and is due out in 2021. Takamori said Subaru has sent 5 engineers to work at the venture with their newly formed Auto Alliance partnership.
CEO Elon Musk said on a conference call on Wednesday, Tesla will begin making capital investments for its planned Model Y crossover late in the third quarter or in the fourth quarter of 2018. Musk spent at least one Thanksgiving working at the Gigafactory, which he does not want to repeat. He said, the company wants to design the vehicle so that it removes as many of the headaches Tesla had to go through to produce earlier models. He also said he may delve more into details about the Model Y on another earnings call later in the year. Tesla reported financial results for the fourth quarter of 2017 on Wednesday. The Model Y would be Tesla's first crossover vehicle, a segment that is growing faster than perhaps any other in the U.S. passenger vehicle market. Tesla currently makes one sport utility vehicle, the Model X, and 2 sedans. This is at a time when Americans are shifting away from cars and toward SUVs and trucks. Tesla has struggled over and over again to ramp up production on earlier models. The company said it is on track to reach a key production goal on the Model 3, which it had previously delayed several times. The Model 3 is a more affordable electric sedan that starts at $35,000. The company also was delayed on production of its Model X sport utility vehicle, which had dazzling but complicated features, such as falcon wing doors.
Nissan Motor Company announced Tuesday that it would be launching its new all-electric version of its popular vehicle Leaf across 7 Asia-Pacific markets, and would explore the possibility of launching in 2 other markets, in its most recent push to increase sales of its electrified vehicles. Vehicles with lower emissions are now the majority priority for the top automakers of the world as they are poised to unveil dozens of new hybrid gas electric and battery electric models during the course of the upcoming 5 years. Nissan, the number 2 automaker in Japan, will launch this new model of the Leaf in Hong Kong, Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, Singapore and Thailand over the next fiscal year. It will also be exploring the introduction of the vehicle in the Philippines and Indonesia. The company has also explored the option of vehicles that are based on its gasoline hybrid e-power technology into Southeast Asia. When he was asked, Yutaka Sanada, the regional head of Nissan, said the company was planning on entering the region and would find the right opportunity to announce concrete timing to enter the market of Southeast Asia with its e-power technology. He added that the technology would act as an excellent bridge to attract buyers to use electric vehicles since it gives them experience driving a vehicle that is electric-powered, but does not require charging stations. Electric cars at this time represent just a tiny portion of the overall Southeast Asia market, due to the lack of affordability and a poor charging infrastructure. The market share in 2017 for electric and hybrid vehicles did not even reach 2% in Thailand, while it was only 0.4% in Indonesia in comparison to 27.3% in Japan. Sanada said while there was not any immediate set plan to produce any electric vehicle for Southeast Asia, the automaker would consider manufacturing locally but depending upon the growth in the market. He added that once the regional demand has size, to keep efficiency, local production would be considered, calling that normal for manufacturers. He continued by saying the company had been discussing several ideas, including growth in the number of charging stations, with the Thailand government, which has been offering incentives to makers of cars to become localized.